I have not seen it. I reserved this specific moment for you guys. Okay. So YouTuber, Capcom gave him a 3-hour demo. Logan, do you know who they gave a 3-hour demo to? Loop, what's up, Finley? Our first stream is gonna be goated. Welcome, Finley.
I don't know who they could possibly give a 3-hour demo to.
So Residents of Evil has the whole gameplay up, right?
Yeah, basically all the 12 minutes.
Okay, cool. Should I pre-order RE9? Yes. For me, it's an Arabic YouTuber. Hell yeah, Star Zombie Girl, welcome. What's up? 5-stream streak. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We are having a good time. All right, YouTube stream coming up. We're now live on YouTube. All the YouTube buddies of ours. Yo, Elizabeth, what's up? It's more 14 minutes, 13:43 than 12 minutes. Yeah. Tomato. I am ready for this meal, chat. I'm ready. Yo, we're doing good, Anxiety. What's up, everybody? What's up? Hope y'all are doing well. Was I the one that gave you the idea to go live on YouTube? No, I always usually go live on YouTube. I just don't really do it that because you have to do a whole separate thing to go live and it's annoying. You can finish the boss if he is on low HP. Hey! Here, enjoy that gifted sub. I don't know what that means. Nobody spoiled the gameplay I want to watch. Hi, Beans. Beans came here to watch it too. Hello. Hello, Beans. Which is your favorite RE game? RE4. My favorite. That means hello. Favorite RE character? Honestly, I really enjoy Sheva. Or should I say Jake?
The Rage Baby?
Yeah. Go, Beans. Okay. Didn't even watch it. I don't want to, but I will see it now. Beans is omniscient. You already saw it 14 years ago. Hello again, Beans. Beans, let me lock in the chat, Beans, please. No. All right. I will, Tom, one day. I will. All right. Snooze this ad. We are about to watch, chat. We are about to engage in the new RE9 gameplay. Don't know anything about this. No spoilers. Let us see. And I'm watching it from Row. So that being said, since so many people already
streaming on the Discord so I can watch it with you.
All right, I got you. That being said, all right. All right. Hype train incoming. 3. 2. Hold on. I just want to do that one last time.
Skills.
Here. 1.
All staff initiate emergency protocols.
So he's in the... He getting checked up.
Mr. Kennedy, we need to leave immediately.
What's going on?
I don't know what's happening. Some kind of mass hysteria. The hospital is on lockdown. Doctor.
Whoa. Oh!
I think I want a second opinion.
Holy shit. Oh, there's more enemies around him too. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus! The blood all over the environment. That's the chainsaw in the background making that noise.
Nice.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Leon moves a lot more slow but deliberate. A lot more brutal too. Yo. God. This game gets bloody, bro. Oh my god.
Hey, over here.
Damn. Oh my god. Somebody in the chat. I guess that wasn't Alyssa.
Yeah. Thanks.
Leon Kennedy, DSO.
Yeah, so
CSO. I'm Grace. Ashcroft. FBI.
FBI. What are you doing here?
Someone kidnapped me.
Victor Gideon.
I don't know.
Well, we should leave.
separated. That to me looks.
What does Victor want with you?
What?
Grace.
What do you
He
mean?
grabbed you for a reason.
Wait, you're DSO. That's the counter bioterrorism
he's locked
agency,
in.
right?
Take this.
You're sure?
You might need it. Now go. Get out of here.
Oh, Leon about to kick some ass. Oh, they got that time thing too.
I'll be fine. I hope.
That gun is the size of her forearm. Jesus Christ. Time to find 3 keys somewhere. Wow. I knew it. Time to find 3 keys somewhere. Bad. Kitchen? Only 1 bullet. They're gonna have to get a headshot, Chad. Obvious.
No.
locked in. Damn.
Jesus.
Oh, you can attack too. Me. Me after every challenge. Oh, he sees you. Or not. Okay. So hers is a lot more stealth heavy, like the Ashley section in the 4 remake. Oh shit. Motherfuckers think they in Olive Garden. Oh wow. The specs right there too. There's a knife. Oh my god. Oh, Shorty sound like she's trying. He threw a beer bottle at his chub daughter. Alright, you see the health bar. Damn. So that is like RE2. Didn't do the single grab attacks. Well, the bottle. A screamer. She's like singing. Jesus. That is cool. Save this picture, chat. Got some puzzles. You think this beats RE8? Mm. Having a yab session.
Shit.
So it is like RE2. Push this dumb man. But you see the map that you can pick up. I'm assuming this is the beginning of a new area. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's the shit that be growing in Asmund Gold's house. A really small. I'm guessing you're gonna get case upgrades. Find some. The enemy designs kind of remind me of RE5. Like the gray islanders
That's too effective.
in the swamp. Ah, item box.
That's the save theme.
That's the save theme?
Sounds
Ooh.
like it.
Yeah, it gotta be. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Why is there so much blood? Hey man, there's that the yellow on the chair. I'm fucking crying. They got the yellow tape on the chair, on a computer chair. Whoa. Thanks. Holy shit. Leon, run! Oh, never mind. Oh. But this is an enemy type, I think. He's saying something. Wait, Grace and Leon have 2 different healths. Wow. Wow. Wait, so you said they had the interview too?
No, it wasn't like an actual video. It was like an article.
Article.
I still try to find it, but I
try to-
do not see the link for it yet.
I'll try to look for it. Wow. That was great. Wow. 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 All right. Chat. So many. See the IGN video? That was damn. That was great.
Bingo.
That was great. That was real great. They have all right. So one of the main things I've noticed about Grace and Leon's gameplay, the main difference is, yeah, it really is RE2 versus RE4. Leon's health is circular. You see his weapon all the time. Grace's health is literally the RE2 remake health. You can get grabbed, and Grace has to break out of it. She has to collect knives. She got to stab him with knives to not lose any health and shit. And Leon's is a lot more action oriented. He's running around. Wow. Wow. All right, let me see. Let me find IGN. Let me see if they said anything about it. Or if this is just pure gameplay.
Wield the violent
I think they
chainsaw.
talked through
There
this.
was
I
one-
already watched it.
Did they say anything, or were they talking
Not
about the
really, to be
article?
honest with you.
Nah. 9 article.
By Famitsu or something like that.
Month ago. Aesthetic might have it. Do. Or not.
I guess not. No.
I'm really surprised he doesn't have it.
Yep.
Wow. Like, honestly, chat, that's great. That's That's something. I honestly really enjoyed it. Wow. RE9. God darn it. Come on. Somebody got to have their new interview.
I saw like legit screenshots of like pieces of it, but
I think I've
other than
seen it
that, there
too.
wasn't anything like, yeah.
Very positive impressions. Blah, blah, blah. This looks like RE9 Requiem. Chat, what do you guys think?
I might be
What?
back in like 10 to 15 minutes. I might have, if you're still like breaking it down by then I could probably like lay my thoughts down on that.
Yeah. I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be back in quite a bit.
Chat, what did you guys think? That was great. That was great. Unk still got it. So excited. I can't wait for a month for this. All right, let's break some things down, okay? Let's yap. I'm going to turn it down. All right. So, see, Leon, so this is the like, I legitimately thought, is this poster, this is the same outfit he has when he gets, I think he's infected here. This is when he went to the hospital. Did he go to the hospital? What day is it dropping? I think February 27th or 25th. I forgot. He's in the hospital. I think this is probably after he got infected, which is maybe the main reason why he's here. Wow. He checks his Hamilton watch that you can get for the low price of $100,000, your firstborn child, and a hand. And here's something on the loudspeaker. Yeah, he is infected here. So I think did he go to the like, you see it right here, you see like the little, it's creeping up on his neck. This is like the early stages. Thank you, They Love Vera, for following. Welcome to Lose the Gang. You see the bite on his neck, the infections are on his neck here. So I think he went to the doctor to at least find out something like whatever's going on with him. He gets a weird feeling.
We need to leave immediately.
He knows him by name.
Happening, some kind of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. I initially thought she was gonna be working with what is his name, Victor or some shit. I thought she was gonna be working with that guy. You see the doctor's already infected, so I wonder how long this guy was infected if Leon is fighting off the infection.
The hospital is on lockdown.
Where did the doctor get the chainsaw? Which is what I want to know. You know, poor Lick can't catch a break. Facts. He says calm down. She's already dead. Leon doesn't give a fuck. He's like, whoa. Clearly, you guys seen this in the early gameplays. You can sharpen your knife. He's only doing body shots. This guy's just showing off the game. You can tap X to get them off of you, or you can hit them with the axe like you could do in RE4. Leon is a lot more precise and brutal when it comes to this. When it comes to like his finishers, he's a lot more brutal. It looks like the mini bosses aren't gonna necessarily be mini bosses. Like it probably depends on a weapon they pick up specifically. Because now any one of them can probably pick up that chainsaw. Including Leon. And it's kind of like Dead Rising. And the chainsaw has durability, which makes sense. Yeah, a lot of like, oof. Leon is a lot more brutal. He is a lot more brutal. Jesus. Oof. Everybody thought this was gonna be Alyssa. I thought this was the infected version of her mom. It'd be funny if it still is. Or the girl from RE1, the one that mutates a lot. But judging from this, Lisa Trevor, yeah. Leon just head tapped her. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that a ring? Is that a wedding ring? Is that a wedding ring?
You okay?
Thanks.
Leon Kennedy, DSO.
See, he's infected.
I'm Grace.
I don't think this is the same place. I don't think this is the hospital. Did it happen in the hospital and then he found Grace?
Victor Gideon.
I don't know.
Well, we should leave.
Victor implication adds on the world is just depressing.
What does Victor want with you?
What?
So he's probably investigating the lead.
Grace.
You can see the infection spreading on his neck. When does he lose his jacket, Chad? Over or under 15 minutes into the game?
The counter bioterrorism agency, right?
Take this.
Are you sure?
You might need it. Now go. Get out of here.
Exactly 15 minutes into the game. And then it shows you Grace. So it does move back and forth.
I'll be fine. I hope.
This place looks great though. Maybe it's like a research facility. Looks like a rehab center. Is this a new trailer? Yeah. Yeah, I'm falling into a trap for Victor. Most likely. They both experience different sides of like the research facility. He get into that room. And then you guys see the menu. She has a smaller inventory. Well, not that small, but you know what I mean. Only 8 slots. I'm assuming the rest of this you can probably increase with some bag upgrades and shit. The name of the gun is called the Requiem. The DSAO issued large assault revolver that uses 12.7 times 55mm rounds, offering high-powered piercing capabilities. It's a weapons you can rely on. DSAO issued. Wait a minute, too. You see 3 slots. So you can put 3 upgrades in that motherfucker. I assume that that's what the 3 slots are for. That's what they had in RE Village. The slots were for the specific weapon upgrades and parts. Damn. Damn. This looks great. Give me the red bullets. True. I think that's a keypad from afar. She never goes up close to it. That door's pretty locked, so you probably need a code. Think this would be the last one? No. kitchen, so it has to be a rehab center. Maybe Victor just released the virus onto his workers. Look at that. Look at that. He's locked in. Look at that. And you can push him over. That's a really good stun weapon too, for like bigger enemies. So Grace's is a lot more stealthy. You're gonna be stealthing a lot. It's literally just gonna be the Ashley section. Congrats on the 7-stream streak. This is like environmental puzzling. Getting zombies to go where you want them to go to progress instead of just like shooting through them. And then he presses it off. God. No. He noticed her. And he kind of just left her alone, though. He was like, alright, fuck it. So these zombies aren't that aware. They're kind of just one-track minded. Which is cool. B934, a straight blowback handgun. This basic interwar design prioritizes durability over firepower. This Italian pistol is originally a high-class military firearm, and the American version was also released and seems to have been the Care Center's primary self-defense weapon. So this is a Care Center. Power, stability, and capacity 7. Specs. So you see the weapon specs as soon as you pick it up, which is cool. This guy comes out. Got you. We have a screamer type of zombie too. And this zombie can throw shit at you, stun you. That's kind of funny. So like they're more competent than RE2 zombies. Yep, Grace is RE2. Even the gameplay and movement is like RE2. She screams in your ear. Wow. Stun. You know, grab your ass again, man. Yeah, her stuns are a lot more tougher to get. This looks like this isn't a save room because I can hear enemies. This is probably one of the puzzles. Okay. This is most likely a new area because I've seen a map upstairs. They even try to talk to each other. That's kind of crazy. Damn, look at that smile. Damn. And whatever that doctor has is something that's glowing. Wait, what did it say? Slow that motherfucker down. ID wristband. Just like in RE2 with the lab. Yep. ID wristband. Guessing she probably needs that. The ID wristband has the same color as right here. Same color. I assume the ID wristband goes right here. They share the same color. The more you know. Yep. That might be for that door. She probably has some type of immunity. Because you start the game off kidnapped and having her blood drawn. Yo, 15 stream streak. Woo! Wait, what is that? Alright, I think that's the blood thing. That's a shank of some sort. Green herb, obviously the ammo. I think these are scraps. Probably get upgraded to different levels, yeah. Mark, do you have any ideas to make my Wi-Fi better? Less stuff running on your Wi-Fi. Tiny ass inventory. That's probably the starter inventory. Probably get book bag upgrades. I hope. If I'm managing shit with fucking 8 slots, I'm not gonna do well. Got him.
That's too effective.
Maybe both her and Leon are both infected and they're both running out of time. I'm glad they got storage chests though. Do they have storage chests for Leon? Antique coin. Wait a minute. An old metal coin used for games can be exchanged for prizes in the parlor. The parlor. We found our shop. We found our shop. The parlor. Antique coin can be used for exchanging prizes in the parlor. That's the shop. This is her health. I wonder what these 3 slots are for. Let me read that. Armed, ammo, and health. Okay. And here, Resident Evil website, we can see Leon's inventory. You can probably see it in this gameplay too. So you can store the antique coins. Leon's jacket is off, chat. And y'all see, the yellow tape has made a comeback. It's right here. It's back. The one thing Twitter has been bitching about for 200 years. I'm sick of yellow tape on everything. Is this a boss battle? Shotgun. Shotgun shells added to crafting. Oh, so you don't need to find like blueprints or anything. Shotgun shells are automatically added to crafting when you pick them up. When you pick up the weapon. So I'm assuming this is like a boss battle or mini boss. I wonder if this is the same guy that attacked Grace. It says in the title, mini boss fight. Stream is not fun because Leon ain't doing the emote in the corner. Alright, he can finally jump to ladders instead of needing Ashley's help. Great. Damn. You can see Leon just doing his thing. All right. Damn. What am I watching? RE9 gameplay. Missed it. It was like 12 minutes of it. Damn. So Leon and Grace's gameplay very differently. They flow very differently. That was tough. That was fun. You got up that ladder one on two. Yeah. That was fun. That was some good
They
gameplay.
completely mixed 2, 7, and 4 into basically one game.
Yeah. They got the antique coins from 7, the enemy attack grabs from 2. Fucking all of Leon's gameplay is basically just 4.
Yeah. And then Grace is a mixture of 2 and 7.
That was great. That's
Yeah. So what do you think about that Alyssa theory now being that weird BOW?
yeah, I don't think that's the case no more.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Leon fucking
I don't see that
one-tapped
happening.
thing.
Yeah, if that's how Alyssa ends, then it's like, nah. I think Dust got that wrong completely.
Yeah. Unless
The only way I think if it's salvageable is that I don't know if you know this, so you might have said this when I was gone, but you know that they added an RE1 remake gameplay feature.
they did.
Yeah. Take
Mm.
one guess at what feature it is. It's got something to do with the enemy.
Is it like Lisa?
No, they're like Crimson Heads. They
Crimson.
can come back and further mutate.
Wait, they can. I remember that. I remember they said that in the gameplay. Like if you put them down, they come back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's why the Elpis virus is so bad, because they just all of them perpetually mutate. All the enemies in the game can mutate, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Damn. So it
And
still might be.
they're saying that this is basically the final preview as to where that I think this will be like the last bit of like gameplay and shit that we get until the game drops or a demo.
You still think we get a demo?
I don't think so personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped one in like a week or two before the game came out.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting one. I think this game is so like hush hush about things now.
Mm-hmm.
Like even watching the gameplay, I'm not really
Yeah,
it's all at
it's all at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And then what was another thing that I was gonna say? I don't know if it had something to do. Oh yeah, don't you find it weird that Victor's actually like walking around manipulating the entire like care center?
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Or-
It's
or-
weird though. So the thing that's on his head, is it like night vision or is there like an accessory for him to like see in night vision?
I think it's an accessory. I think those goggles just have everything on it, like zoom ins,
Yeah.
night vision, other like just normal glasses maybe. I'm genuinely, because I'm wondering if Victor's like a Jigsaw as character. Like, was Leon in the same care center in the beginning when he was
Yeah.
like seeing the doctor?
Same
Did
care center. Grace was probably off running away from like the hag or something. I think what it is so like the woman that ends up getting like the chainsaw and like kills her, right?
Yeah.
I think those events are happening at the exact same time when what's it called? Grace is escaping from that big BOW because Leon still has the Magnum, right? And then
Yeah.
when he gets to her, kills BOW and then gives the Magnum to Grace, and then that's where I think Leon encounters like that big chunk boss fight. I think they're calling that BOW the chunk. And then because that's how he finds like the shotgun and the pistol and all that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the Magnum still, so that's why I think it is.
Oh my god. I'm like, whoa.
And
wait.
then the inventory features, like I had a feeling they were gonna be using 2 separate inventory cases
Which makes sense.
because Grace's is like RE7 and RE2, and then Leon's is like 4 and 8. Like the attaché case design is very similar to RE8.
Chad, are y'all hearing this?
There is post-game content allowing players to continue playing after completing the main story. Details have not been disclosed.
So
it could be like New Game Plus, and I'm also thinking like it's like a hypothetical, obviously, because we still think that Sherry talking to Leon on comms,
hmm
and then there's another thing that Nakanishi said that might confirm that kind of feels like it all but confirms another character showing up. It could be a mercenaries mode.
If it's a mercenaries mode, we're seeing like at least six new characters.
Yeah, hold on a second. I think I have I'm gonna send this to you. I just gotta find it on something. Could be like right. No, it's not here. So this is what Nakanishi said. So the Deadline there was an interview with Deadline, and the person said, "I must ask." And in the preview, Leon is talking to someone on a headset, and I need to know, is it Claire or Ada, and where are they? Question mark. So Nakanishi says, "So I know a lot of fans are interested in similar things. We all want to know. I am also very interested in the private relationship between Leon and Ada. However, I can't comment on either one of those things, but I will say that we have put a lot of work into Requiem, implementing stories and things that fans will love and enjoy. So I hope the fans are looking forward to the game."
Somebody said odds of Ada being in the game, probably 90%. Every game Leon's in, Ada's in.
Yeah, and with the story being 50-50, I mean, it kind of just lines up for me
Yeah.
in terms of like the gameplay stuff for Leon and Grace.
Like literally, I don't think Ada, like it wouldn't make sense for Ada to not show up.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like, I would honestly genuinely be surprised if Ada doesn't show up in this game, because Ada's been in every game minus Operation Javier. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like she might be there. Need to see more Sherry.
Yeah, they still haven't revealed anyone on who's like talking, so
Yeah.
that might come as like a surprise.
Odds of other characters
Eventually.
being in this game? Bro, there's gonna be other characters. There's gonna be mentions, other characters, probably pictures. There's gonna be a whole bunch of things. They're just keeping things very hush hush.
Did you hear about the thing that Nakanishi said about like the enemies and all that?
I'm reading this
Oh
one.
yeah,
around.
there it is right there.
Zombie
Each
characteristics.
zombie has its own personality. Yeah.
Each one has its own personality, voice, unique behavior. Some are sensitive to sound, some sing, and others turn off the lights. Players won't fully understand them at first. Zombie retain habits from their lives from before. There are 100 different behavioral patterns. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They're really maximizing like the variety on how like each zombie interacts. Yeah, that's not Alyssa. Like I don't see that. I think that's just like a random experiment.
Yeah. Thanks, Grumpy, for
I
following.
think
Welcome.
Alyssa's just straight up dead.
You think
I think
she's just straight up dead?
Yeah.
People thinking this Ada is setting herself up for disappointment. Why do you think red bullets equal Ada? Ada never used red bullets before.
That was just a bunch of Ada fans being like fun with like their delusion. I don't even think the entire thing was even that deep.
I don't think so either.
Like
I
the
just
red
think
bullets.
they were red bullets.
Yeah, the red bullets were just like, it's just like a unique kind of like crafting mechanic, but yeah, it was just Ada fans having fun with their delusion.
The thing is, bro, red is an integral color to Resident Evil in general.
Yeah, that too.
God, that game is bloody. I think that's one of the most bloody Resident Evils I've seen in a minute. That game is super
It's gonna be
bloody.
the most gory game for sure.
Leon's hatchet can be used to get items too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Look at this dude's neck. Jesus. He's getting progressively worse.
So what's weird to me is that like, how did he get infected before the care center?
He had to have been, because I think that's why he was in the care center in the first place.
So there's gonna be a really big like flashback, because I think the producer said there's gonna be a flashback sequence with Leon's past, and I think that's how we're gonna find out how he gets infected. I truly think that's gonna happen,
Wow.
because that infection is clear as day.
And Dust Golem was proven wrong again? What? He said he thinks they knew each other, bro. Can you read? Wait, why are people arguing about Dust Golem?
I don't know. They're waiting to jump on him, really.
Some leaks were proven wrong? What? Capcom didn't publish, but game media did those previews, edited it into their own video. They could also play around 3 hours of the game. I mean, I don't think none of the leaks were really proven 100% wrong though. It's just, did you all save
And
Zoe first? No. I saved Mia because I'm like, bro, I didn't come get my hand chopped off to not save my wife. But what you saying, Logan?
The thing is that what's so like upsetting to me, like I don't know, like if I'm like giving off like weird energy, but the way that they're talking, it's like there's no way that it's you can say that it's a leak because like where's the proof of it? If anything, it's more a rumor than anything else.
Yeah.
Like it's just something that's going around with like there's no like base to it whatsoever. It's just someone like I know it's Dusk and it's like he has like a shaky track record, but he's just saying shit without like substantial proof.
And it's like,
it was
bro,
even the same thing with like the Leon stuff. Like and then eventually got leaked and then we knew that was real. Like if there were legit leaks, people would be jumping on them like crazy, but there's nothing, it's just rumors.
It's all just rumors, man. It's not.
Yeah.
Like even he ends most of his tweets by saying, "Hey guys, take this with a grain of salt. Things change," which is true. Things change. Things are interchangeable. Rumors cannot have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all different. It's all hearsay. Those out of RE9, me too. Any tips for the dollhouse? Not really. The dollhouse is pretty easy, but yeah, like most of these things, it's just hearsay, guys. It's honestly just hearsay.
You know what's another thing that I think we need to really give props to? Grace's voice actress. She's fucking killing it, dude.
It's really good. She does a really good job. Does the gameplay look good? Yeah, it looks good. What's good, Mark? Look, I'm looking forward to this gameplay. You missed it. We watched it. We just finished watching it. The gameplay is great though, Gabe. It's really great.
Yeah, for sure.
Leon's arms will return in RE9. Right. Yeah, his neck looks awful. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Mark, you alright? What? They're posting thirst traps of Leon. Alright. I see how you motherfuckers get down. I genuinely do wonder how the game's gonna end now. I do think Leon dies. I'm still holding on to that.
I still think so too.
I'm still holding on to that.
I think that's why he is like the main character of this game.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, I should say, because there were still like a lot of people during the time when they were like Nakanishi was talking about like Leon and Chris and all that, and a lot of people were upset that they didn't mention anyone like Jill or Claire, and I was thinking to myself like, I think I see like I'm like you and me and maybe a few other people are sensing something that they are completely misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I think this is entirely a requiem for Leon as well, and I think that this is going to be like his last game where he's like a prominent main character in a Resident Evil game. Like the infection, it's like they haven't even touched up on it, and I feel like we're gonna play the game to really experience like what's going on with the infection, and maybe that's where Ada comes into play because she had like that Plague Doctor outfit in RE8. But I'm thinking of it from a perspective of I don't know if he's gonna die. Like we don't know that at the end of the day until we play the game. But it's like, are you gonna bring Jill Valentine back in RE9 just for her to get killed off, or just have a 15-minute like screen time and then that's it, and call it a day until she appears again? No, you're not gonna do that with Chris. You're not gonna do that with Claire. Like you're not gonna make them side characters just to show up for like a tiny bit, especially knowing that they're a part of the main cast. Like I just don't think they're gonna do that. Like if they're a part of the main cast, you want to make sure that they're playable, and they already said it's just Leon and Grace. So I think something's gonna happen to Leon in this game for sure.
Yeah. And it sucks because why couldn't it just be Chris? Why couldn't it just be Chris, man? He's always talking about sacrifice and laying his life on the line, and he lives. He just, everybody else has to lay their life. Thank you so much, Fade, for following. But it might be sad if Leon does go. I do hope we at least see Claire. I want to see Claire, bro. I want to see what the hell she's up to. And Jill. Jill and Claire are just rotting away in the ocean, and Chris is having fine dining, and Leon is feasting. So I do want to see those.
I truly think they're saving Claire for the CB remake. But then again, it's like I said this in like one of my past videos. It's like I really couldn't care less about a remake in terms of the story perspective.
Yeah.
For any of these new characters though, because the way that Capcom moves with the timeline is that when the games take place the year it drops. So it's like we're skipping 4 to 5 years each and every single time a mainline game drops, and we're all just wondering where the hell are these characters. So I guess they're probably gonna try and build up Claire for the Code Veronica remake, which supposedly is gonna be revealed this summer or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
I hope they build up Claire for the Code Veronica remake. I think the Code Veronica remake is going to be so much fun if it's actually coming out. I think it's going to be so much fun to get to see a young Chris, get to see a young Claire, get to see Steve and young Wesker, and a lot of, and it's so funny because a lot of people like, where's your ads, bro? What are you talking about? A lot of people don't even know how Wesker was like when playing RE5, like to just the everyday audience playing RE5 and just seeing Wesker probably confused a lot of motherfuckers. They're like, why the fuck does Wesker have superpowers? What the fuck is going on? So I think Code Veronica is gonna establish that, like, hey, Wesker showed up and he's a superhuman, and then people are gonna understand what happened. Which is good. It's good. I think Code Veronica is really important for, average audiences. Like, I haven't had a single ad once since I joined. Well, I don't know. You want me to run an ad, bro? Hold on. I'll run an ad just for you specifically. What were you gonna say?
So you know how like Victor's like walking around the care center just like controlling shit?
Yeah.
You don't think he's the final boss, is he?
I think he might be.
You think so?
I think.
You don't think there's not another villain out there other than Victor? Because we still got to consider Raccoon City of all things.
True.
We still haven't seen anything about that. Everything we've seen is in the care center. And I'm gonna cook up another theory here. So we know that I think the closest thing we got to Raccoon City was that Leon was hauling ass in there with his Porsche, right?
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if Grace is there with Leon, but I'm also thinking whoever like this, because Nakanishi did say about like these other characters, I full on believe that Aid is in this game. Like I believe it.
Yeah.
She's not going to show up in the game until Raccoon City. Because I think Raccoon City is going to play about maybe like a 5-hour difference though, because so far it's the care center, and then I think they're going straight to Raccoon City. I think that's where they find out like what's really going on there, and that's when Leon goes back, and then he's at the RPD and everything, and then
yeah,
I don't know. I think that's where we could probably see like another character though. But in terms of like villain, other than Victor, because they've always had more than one villain in each RE game. I'm just thinking like, is it somebody new, or do you think it could be someone that's coming back? That could be in Raccoon City. Because Victor's clearly in the care center.
Maybe Nikolai.
Nikolai could be that one person. What about Alex Wesker?
I think Alex Wesker too. That would be a good reason for Claire to show up.
Could be.
All right, we're cooking right now. We're cooking right now, chat. Because I think in the beginning of the game, we're gonna probably start the game in the old hotel, and then investigating the crime scene, and then the care center. Grace is gonna get kidnapped and taken to the care center. Leon's already infected when he gets to the care center. Which is probably why the doctor probably was waiting in the doctor's office for that. Everybody gets infected around that same time. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Grace gets kidnapped by Victor. She wakes up hung upside down with her blood like getting drained. maybe he uses that to synthesize a virus and just release it into the care center at that point, just to see if it fucking works. Because whatever Grace is infected with, probably the same shit her mom had or some shit. Maybe that gets released into the care center, and Leon just so happens to show up there around that time that he's already infected with it. I'm wondering how he got infected with it. Wait, no. In one of the scenes, he's already investigating a crime scene. So I think maybe that's how it happens. Maybe he gets attacked.
Like, are we talking about through the? I don't think it's through the air because.
No, I think he gets bit.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, that could be the case.
I think he gets bit, but with Victor releasing it everywhere, I think maybe I don't know, maybe through the food.
Possibly.
Because I don't know, there's just a lot of scenes with like the butcher and them eating in the dining hall and drinking, so maybe that's how he infected everybody over there. Because I don't think it's through the air, because the nurse that died was normal. If it was through the air, she would have already been cooked.
Yeah.
And when Leon said, hey, what's going on? She said mass hysteria. That means it all happened at like once. Which makes me wonder how Leon is fending off the virus.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's just, I don't know. I think it's going to explain it whenever we go into his past.
Yeah. Yeah, so what did you guys think? W ad break. Thank you, man. You asked for it, so thank you. Watch Marvin still be around. Well, my Marvin got his head blown off smooth the fuck off by a shotgun, so.
Yeah, me too.
And even if he didn't, he got firebombed to hell. Plaga, maybe? Traces the Plaga? Nah, I don't think they'd go back to the Plaga.
No, they'd go back to a virus more than anything. I think a Plaga was kind of like its own thing. And they kind of like hinted at it with, with RE9, with like the Kado or whatever it's called.
Kado.
So, yeah. So I think that's where it's, I think he'll take a break on that.
Does he get infected in RE6? Nah, I don't think he got infected like a decade into the past and then now all of a sudden
he got infected with the T virus in Death Island, but he was completely fine afterwards because Rebecca cured him. But yeah, there's gonna be an event, I think, that will take place in the past. That's the game's gonna explain where he could get infected. I don't know how long like his infection is, but
and over the game it's progressing. You can see like every other gameplay clip further, you see the neck thing getting worse and worse. So it has to be like at least at most a couple of days or a couple of hours. You never know when he got bit. But I think they will go back to the virus like T-Virus. Yeah, Legend Finn. That's what we think. I don't think it's going to be the Plaga thing. These zombies are blowing it. Like, there's a lot of blood. Every zombie has a smile or like a sad, like crying and shit. Like, they have the tears. They have the dry tears. So, it really is cool how they're leaning into the funeral aspect of it. Like, honestly, all these things leading into the game is really about Requiem stuff, really about life and death, because the hospital, care center, the doctor wanting to see you, getting a terminal disease, everybody coming together wearing all black, a lady, like, she's kind of, like, she's just singing somberly. You know what I mean? She has the tears in her eyes. A lot of this is shaping up to be a really cool game.
I love the features they gave for the zombies.
Yeah, all the zombies look just haunting. All of them have tears in their eyes too. That's the biggest reason I think is lights out for Leon. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think Leon, man, King. I think your time might be coming, Leon. I don't want to look at that wiki and see his date of birth and his date of death.
Oh my lord. I know when the demo drops though, if they do end up doing one, I'm getting off the internet because there's going to be a lot of people that will like spoil it. Like data miners will just be able to leak the game through like the files and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not risking it. With what's at stake in this game, I'm good. I can deal with a couple weeks without going on like Twitter and all that.
Yeah, same. I got spoiled that he was in it in the first place. Heck, we all did. Go on TikTok, that's the same vibe. Damn. Guys, I'm just hyped now. I'm just hyped for it now, bro. There's so much, like, the gameplay looks good. I was a little nervous about the preview because I'm like, all right, I hope it's not too much going on and a whole bunch of new ideas. But from what I see with the gameplay, care to explain the home screen? What home screen? You don't see my home screen. You see Ashley, not my home screen. But from what I can see from the gameplay, God. And then using the environment to get around them, and chat, I'm excited, man. Wow. Let's see if YouTube has any more. Oh, I think it's gonna be a roller coaster. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Nakanishi did say that this game's going to be an emotional roller coaster.
God, I'm excited. Oh, you already released the gameplay. Damn, you work fast, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like half of it compared to like what Ro did. Ro worked at 3 times more speed than I did. And that's basically just like maybe the same shit that they uploaded, but maybe there might be something like they didn't include, but I don't know. And then, yeah, I gotta do an everything we know about video that includes like legit everything, including this gameplay, and just I gotta figure stuff out.
And Maximilian played it too.
Yeah, I watched his whole video.
We had the opportunity to go to a small preview event for Resident Evil Requiem. And with that preview event, there was a lot of questions. Is it going to be the same stuff we've kind of seen before? Now that Leon is revealed, are we going to be playing and seeing Leon stuff? And the answer is yeah. Yeah, we actually did. So I'm going to go over some of my base impressions and kind of like what happened in this demo, how I'm feeling about the game, but I think that's a good place to start, which is how I've been feeling about Requiem in general. The initial gameplay experience that a lot of us had, if you had a chance to play this, was with the Grace demo, with the large, like, creature that's sort of following you around when you first show up in this sort of like laboratory, office / hospital. That sequence is like no gun, no combat, like very little, and just meandering, moving around. It kind of feels like you're playing Alien Isolation. I always thought the quality of that was really good, but it did feel like there's more. Like, we always kind of had like an inkling, whether or not we thought that Leon was going to be in the game, legit or not, that the game was like hiding something, that specifically there's some stuff in the background that we do not know. The entire game is not going to be this Alien Isolation like, or is it, you know? So those questions were sort of there. It was my hope that it wasn't. I wanted to engage with this like, you know, similar to a traditional Resident Evil game, or something like an RE4 game, which is, you know, a Leon action game. So, with that all being said, what we played picks up right after the sequence that we've all mostly seen of that demo where Grace is meandering around and trying to move away from this creature. It pretty much is Leon showing up and, my dude, without breaking down the specifics, it gets insane and it turns into a mile a minute almost instantly.
Code 6, all staff initiate emergency protocols.
Think I want a second opinion.
What I kind of loved about this was that I was expecting Leon to sort of walk around kind of slowly like Grace would, and suddenly I'm just chainsaw wielding, head popping, you know, gun kata shooting zombies in the back of the head, the likes of which I have never seen since, like, pretty much traditional Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 4 Remake. It was genuinely a massive contrast in terms of what the original Grace demo and promotional stuff was providing. And I was pretty shocked by what was immediately happening. Really cool things like contextual kills on zombies in environments. There's a lot of that. Really cool moments where the parry that works similar to RE4 Remake has some unique situations that happen. He gets an axe now instead of a small knife.
No, I know,
and
Bazooka. We
there's
just
some
watched that at the
different
beginning of
things
stream.
that take place when you
I'm
get
just
close
watching some
range
with,
to zombies. And I was just like
comedy from-
bewildered by the
commentary
action
from
and how it
context.
feels. It does feel genuinely really good, but it does feel a bit closer to, I would say, like a Resident Evil 4 remake than the other action games like RE5 or RE6. So after this massive action sequence, Leon and Grace meet each other and they separate, which begins the next big part of the gameplay that we were all hoping, and it's that Resident Evil 9 is going to be a game that is kind of like a split personality. It's two different games.
That's so
so you
cool.
begin playing a Grace section, and as you play the Grace section, it very much plays out like an RPD in classic Resident Evil fashion, like a Baker House in Resident Evil 7, and especially the old school mansion in Resident Evil 1. And as I was going through this, I was like, okay, like the contrast is massive. Like Grace is like slow. She has almost no weapons. She gets like one bullet
RPD
for
is
one
ass.
thing, like an emergency shot. That you have to find your resources, you have to find everything. It is pretty much tried and true classic Resident Evil, the likes of which we had not really seen too much of since, like I was saying, the Bakers with Resident Evil 7. However, as I was going through this, you start noticing the personalities of the zombies, and all the creatures that you start running into almost have like hyper personalities, and it's because they tie the zombies much closer, like they just turned, you know, like it happened moments ago. So everyone is still sort of stuck in like a human mindset where they're fulfilling tasks and doing the things that they were doing. They're still doing their job. And every single room that you go into is kind of like a fun house of weird zombie shit. And I don't mean like literal shit, I mean like crazy zombie stuff that's happening. To the point of which I was like, this is really cool. Like I would argue, without
Super campy, which I
spoiling too
love.
much of what happens in every single room, as I was going through each one, you kind of have to solve them like puzzles, avoiding zombies, avoiding contact, like getting little extra items and knickknacks here and there. Every single time I progressed from one room to the next, I was sort of met with this new thing, and this was just like the West Wing. There's an entire East Wing and like an upper floor and a lower floor. There's the map kind of grew out a ton to the point where as this was expanding, I was like, this is pretty good. And I even got to a point where I went through a whole bunch of stuff, acquired things, got keys, was able to open up new areas, classic Resident Evil stuff, you know?
Yeah.
When that happened and I had to start revisiting some areas, which is the way the old school formula goes, the really neat thing is that as I went through and started revisiting some of the same stuff I did before, things were different. Whether or not the monsters that I had killed on the way there was something different that happened to them, or they were acting differently as I was going through my second pass, you know what I mean? So I really appreciated that. I was trying to like, oh, I have a game plan. Here's all this stuff that I got. Now I gotta get this key to go to there. I got this to open up these drawers, like yada, yada, yada. Classic RE stuff. But this time, the game plan was thrown asunder because I couldn't just go do that. Something had changed, which I thought was a really
this.
captivating gameplay mechanic. So much so that the Grace section, because it's a bit slower, was like 3 hours, and I didn't entirely finish it within the time frame that we had. And I just was having a wonderful time. Just an absolute great time. I really don't want to spoil some of the moments that happen in there, but there's some crazy like shocks and gags and things that made me like audibly laugh out loud. I truly felt like it was a fun house, like a Resident Evil fun house of zombie wildness. And as she's going through and experiencing all this stuff, it's like, I legit feel that this is some of the best classic RE formula since RE7, and I think it's honestly better than the Baker House in Resident Evil 7. I think it's even better.
Really?
However, it's just like one part of the game. As we were exploring it and realizing like, oh, I've kind of explored a lot of this. This section of the game is sort of like insular. It belongs to this asylum hospital thing that is the beginning of the game. So wherever this expands, like this sequence is likely over, because what happens after this, you start playing as Leon. And now Leon is charged with revisiting a similar situation where he has to go through the asylum, where you're immediately given a boss fight. Like, all the big crazy action stuff is sort of like dumped on Leon, when a few of those moments were things that I was doing with Grace. This is where the game got me, when I was really enjoying the Grace section, but it's all about tenseness and pressure and item management and boxes, like literal classic Resident Evil typewriters and, you know, item cases and all that kind of stuff. It's the classic Resident Evil stuff all over the place. But as soon as I got to Leon and I killed a boss and I got my stuff back, and it's like, all right, where am I? And you drop in and it's like, oh, I'm in the same place that I was with Grace. And here comes like the similar enemies that had been giving me an extremely tough time as the previous character, and now I'm Leon, and it's just balls out, dude. Like, these guys are getting ripped up, like just going after all of these monsters that were giving me such big troubles before. You would think that that was the moment that was like the extreme like contrast of these gameplay styles, where it's like, whoa, the catharsis is crazy. Yeah, I was getting a bit of it. But you know what the big one was? When I started running around as Leon and like gathering some of the things that I just couldn't gather with Grace because of limited inventory. And I would just run around and start yoinking all this stuff, like yoink, 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 yoink. And then I realized, oh, dude, I'm gonna run out of space. Oh, God. And then I looked at my inventory, attaché case, massive inventory, all this space, all these...
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Leon has money.
What the fuck?
Leon has
What was the
money.
currency before?
There's money in this. There might be a merchant. Leon has money. That's the antique coins? Really?
Yeah, it probably is.
Because when Grace had the antique
It could
coins,
be.
you didn't see the money symbol. Unless I'm tweaking.
Unless that, or wait, she had the antique coin in her inventory?
Yeah, Grace had the antique coin. Bazooka. Grace had one. And you didn't see it. Unless you can pick up the antique coins and he stacks them, but wait a minute, chat. Hold on. Hold on. That's that symbol. That's that money symbol.
His gun's called an alligator snapper?
A reliable semi-automatic handgun. Custom models issued by DSO personnel.
Surprised that he doesn't use the Sentinel 9 anymore.
He gave it up.
Damn,
Wow.
that gun was fucking crazy.
Wait a minute. Leon walks past piano. You can see one. No, I seen him when he walked past it. I thought him and Grace were gonna share, like, I guess antique, because I know about the antique coin, right? When did she have it? I think she had it in her chest when she was checking up the chest, right?
Somewhere around there.
Two miles
Could be around this area. Or wait, maybe past it?
past the baby. I think.
Well,
PlayStation blog
yeah.
says the upgraded will be similar to RE4 remake, so maybe a merchant. Oh, the PlayStation blog confirmed that the upgraded will be similar to, because I know Grace's antique coin, if you read the description, because she doesn't have the money symbol. That's the only reason why I'm saying that, because if you check her inventory, right around here, there is no money symbol. Both Leon's, there is. So maybe they collect antique coins but differently. Maybe he stacks his or some shit. Because hers, right here, an old metal coin used
It's
for
in the
games
inventory,
can
yeah.
be exchanged for prizes in the parlor. But here, it's something else.
What's the parlor though? Is that like a little area where there's like weapon attachments and shit?
I want to assume so.
Because look at the Requiem Magnum. There's 3 dots below it.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be upgrade points.
Handgun.
Same with like right here. I thought they were good. Look, see, attach parts, examine, unequip. So I think you can attach, because like remember RE7 had the same 3 dots on each weapon you would get.
Yeah.
This one has 4 dots. This one has 2. I feel like it's going to be like the RE4 shooting range. Got a point. The RE4 shooting range. It might be just like that. Leon broke as hell. 0. Grace got 1. Yep.
Guns, I have shotguns, I have this, I have that. I was like, whoa, dude.
Wait, what was that? You see
These
that?
guns, I have shotguns, I have this, I have that.
Oh, this is a compensator. Okay.
I was like, whoa, dude.
And
it
yup,
hit me
Logan, you was right. You was right immediately. One of the 3 dots just got filled with the compensator. So that's for the upgrades.
hard after playing the Grace section for several hours that suddenly I'm Action Man, and I was like thinking of like, who are all the bastards that gave me problems? Wait a minute, where were all the things that I could not do as
Leon
Grace
having
that
a
I
bigger
could do
inventory
as
space than
Leon? A
Grace,
lot of that stuff
yeah.
opens up as him. It definitely led me to like a big like, wow, that catharsis feels nuts. And now I'm actually tackling these creatures and fighting them. I definitely felt the gameplay design philosophy behind Requiem. You really didn't know if this was going to work out, but the relationship this sort of like dual game thing has, this split personality gameplay that the entire game seemingly is going to be, I will say in this first sequence, in this first section, was very much felt. So much to the point where it's like a lot of the Capcom guys are like curious what I think about it. And I had a lot of questions and concerns about the initial Requiem demo, even though I thought it was really exciting and Alien Isolation-like and all that kind of stuff with Grace. I was kind of like, it feels like there's more. Like, it feels like things are being specifically held back. This sequence feels like this is what the game is supposed to be. And so much so that I was like, in terms of like mainline Resident Evils, my impression, based on what I played, was this is probably my favorite Resident Evil since Resident Evil 4. Like, no kidding. To have like kind of the best of both worlds of classic like meandering, walking around slow and spooky RE, to this big catharsis Leon stuff where you get actually crazy Leon action gameplay was very much felt. I loved it. I absolutely adored it. Now, here's the thing. All the glazing aside, I'm very much more looking forward to this game than I was before. Like, now, playing the full breadth, I'm very much looking forward to it. However, I can be observant of the situation. I felt a very similar way about another game, and that was Resident Evil 3 Remake. When we all played the game, when we all played the early versions of that game, it's like an action set piece, and then they put you in the city, right? They put you in Raccoon City as Nemesis is hunting you down, and you kind of have that pursuer gameplay. So yeah, RE3 Remake at the beginning I thought was really good. I'm like, this game's great, but then it quickly drops that and turns into something almost entirely different. Once you get out of that sequence of gameplay.
You know what I think, Logan?
So I just didn't vibe with the rest of the game at all.
I think the RE3 remake would have been so much like
If it was given to the primary development team.
Not even that. I think it would have been well received if it had RE4 gameplay instead of the RE2 gameplay. I think if you gave Jill the ability to like attack, like full on, not just to grab things, like full on, just make it like RE4, but like the light version of RE4 instead of the RE2 traditional gameplay that they did with the, you know, the limited inventory spaces and backtracking and shit like that, it would have been a lot more well received, even if it is linear. I think it would have been a lot more well received. You had Jill the ability to do the roundhouse kicks, the punches, the dodges still, with the cachet case and all of that shit, and the weapon, like, it would have been well received. I think so. I think people would have been a little bit more open to the RE3 remake. Doubt they had the RE4 remake style down when 3 remake was in development. No, I mean,
that could be the case, but then again, if you're thinking about like the dodge mechanic, that was even a thing in Resident Evil 3 original.
Yeah, like I just think, because around that time they were still working on RE8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. RE3 dropped 2020, RE8 dropped 2021, 2022. I think
21.
Yeah, I think they could have adopted some things. They were all in dev at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's a guarantee. But
they were definitely. But I think
two separate teams.
Two separate teams. I think the big mistake was them adopting the philosophy of the RE2 remake, and because the RE2 remake was great. But I think for RE3, if it had, because RE3, in my opinion, this is a hot take. I think RE3 remake has some of the best action sequences in the entire Resident Evil franchise, and I think it has some of the best action set pieces because it was such a short game. So Capcom had to make it at least like a big action movie, And I think if they wanted to lean into big action movie, even though the RE4 remake style is so refined and so different, I think they could have done a version of that. It's probably not going to be as polished as the RE4 remake, but I think if they
Yeah.
leaned a little bit towards that instead of how the RE2 remake did things, I think it would have made exploration and the gameplay loop a little bit more forgivable for being such like a short game. If you guys know if chat knows what I mean, because I think RE4.
Nakanishi, sorry to cut you off though, but Nakanishi confirmed there will be no open world segments of gameplay in RE9, which probably has a lot to do with what the Raccoon City rumor,
Oh yeah, because they said you can drive the bike around and
the
shit.
Porsche or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? He might fucking put that thing like right along with all the like the blown up cars and shit with as soon as he gets there.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm not surprised it's not going to be like an open world. Wait, the Eyes of Grace's boss
Yeah,
sequence, the boss.
that's a thing that like you kind of want to like. I wouldn't say that like oh I just wanted to experiment on an
Nowadays
RE
is
game,
welcome.
but if there was a game where it's in like the Revelations kind of tier, I think that's where you would want to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like that Porsche isn't surviving in Leon's hands. Nah, that's just gonna crash somewhere in Raccoon City.
Everything that he has drove aside from the jet ski has went either in flames or has like 1,000 different kind of dents on it.
Yeah,
There's no in between.
that motherfucker, that Porsche is not. Yo, how are you? I'm good. I'm doing good, snapping. How are you? But wait, the Eyes of Grace boss sequence and Leon's boss sequence kind of similar. I think the giant bosses, uh, like those two big bosses that Grace and Leon, I think they're the same thing. I think Leon just ends
Do
up
you think
killing it.
so? Yeah, so maybe the chunk interacts with Grace first, and then he goes off, and then Leon takes him down. That
Yeah,
could be the case. That could be the case.
yeah. And the chunk was seen eating one of the other doctors. So I think this care facility already had experiments. All right. So this is my hot theory. We're never seeing that Porsche after the intro sequence. Yeah, that's just gonna be blown. Leon's gonna look out the window and see it on fire. He's gonna be like, "Well, there goes my ride." He's gonna call Sherry or Hunter and be like, "Yo, actually, maybe survive surely because it may survive solely because it's a sponsor. Like have Leon crash it around and be in working condition and be like, see, even Leon can't destroy a Porsche. That would be kind of funny. That'd be campy. The Porsche survives everything. It just survives everything to the end. That's the greatest sponsor ever. But I think my hot thing is Victor. We all know that Victor is one of the head like doctors or researchers at this care facility. I think they're all in on experiments and on Grace, but they didn't know Victor was going to use Grace's blood or the virus they were making to infect them, which is why I think I'm also confused why everybody here in this specific thing outside like has on suits and dresses and shit. Um,
hmm
because I understand like the doctors and the patients all dressed up how they dressed up. So I'm wondering what else is happening around this time. Maybe it's a celebration of something, and maybe it is actually a funeral for someone in the care facility. Um, or remembrance. Imagine it's like for like Spencer. Like this is just the anniversary of like our great head research Spencer or some bullshit. I
They did
think
show the umbrella logo in one of the trailers.
exactly. It might actually be for remembrance of Spencer, the Requiem, Spencer's Requiem. I think they were all down to kidnap and experiment on Grace. Victor was just like, nah, I kind of just want to release this virus and see what it does to you guys too. And they didn't see that coming. And I do think that lady, like the lady we thought was Alyssa or Lisa, and the chunk are the experiments they had beforehand that they just had like hidden away and locked up somewhere beforehand. Because I have that theory because in one of the trailers, Grace is seen talking to a little girl that's locked up in a glass cage. And I think that little girl's also one of the experiments they have. And Grace is like one of the gameplays, I think it was the most recent gameplay before this one of the mission objectives was telling Grace find a way. I think find the three things or release the little girl. Like get back to the little girl. So I do think the little girl's also one of the experiments that obviously she can't break out. She's not like a creature or anything, but I think she has the same thing going on that Grace does. I think
That could be true
maybe
though, because they haven't revealed her anything about her yet, other than maybe like the voice reveal where, like in the reveal trailer where she said like everyone or everything's gone.
yeah,
But that's really been it. And then like we saw her hand. So I don't know what it is though, but maybe because like she's normal, because this is around the time when the infection is like going crazy or like people are turning into zombies, right? But for
yeah.
some reason that she's completely fine. So I'm thinking Victor probably is holding that little girl as like an experiment in like really high regard. I just have that gut feeling.
Yeah. I think
And another
I
thing too is that I wanted to mention was you remember like in like a few of the cutscenes, Grace was encountering Victor and like areas in the care center because there was the time where the chest wound was there and the chest wound wasn't there. And I'm just thinking like, does she get there before Leon?
she has to.
Probably. She
That's
probably does.
that's
And
why I think
then
people in the
it,
facility are in on it.
yeah,
Because if she gets there before Leon, it's not like the whole facility is just gonna let Victor waltz in there with a kidnapped, unconscious woman. That's why I think the facility's like in on it. I think that nurse that dies in the beginning was one of the like is like fully in on it because in one of the trailers in the picture, she was right next to Victor.
yeah. Pretty much the whole team pretty much ended up infected or dead.
Did they rebuild Raccoon City? Is it nearby Raccoon? It's nearby. They didn't rebuild. Raccoon City is still being like rebuilt, but
That's
it's
I feel
nearby.
like that's its own thing. Whereas
Yeah.
that's where I think the key of where because again the biggest story synopsis of this entire thing are two things. It's the Elpis thing and it's the hidden truth behind the Raccoon City outbreak. I think both of those things are going to have everything to do with Raccoon City and everything else that's going on in the care center is like its own thing. I feel like the care center might be about 2 to 3 hours of gameplay and then I think right after that we're going to Raccoon City
Yeah.
and we're going to figure out what like this mystery is though because that's really what it's all about. Like, and I mean, I guess we'll find out, but they're definitely keep. The thing is about Capcom is what they're doing so good is that they showed a lot, but it feels like only so little. Because like 12 minutes of gameplay, like from how like expected, how long the game is going to be, that's like peanuts,
Yeah.
literally. From how we can expect this game to possibly be like 8 to 11 hours long again, like I know I've said this in like a lot of my videos, but I still stand on it. We haven't seen shit yet.
Oh.
We have not really seen anything that's completely groundbreaking. The biggest thing that really realistically kind of like revealed something to me was the Hag BOW is probably not Alyssa. Alyssa's just straight up dead. Leon's infection, and then we still don't know like the whole mystery about Grace and her blood, which is obviously going to be answered, but we probably know what the entirety of like the situation revolving around it. And then Victor as an Umbrella employee though, but again, like there's nothing about Raccoon City. The only thing that we have seen was Leon just hauling ass towards the city. And maybe that little like building that got added in like the Leon reveal trailer, which I don't even know if that's even going to be like an important thing. It could be, but we don't know that. So they showed a lot of the care center, but it feels like it's a handful of peanuts to like the entire jar.
Yeah.
If that's like a good analogy to it.
I think there's so much more going on in like we don't know anything. By the way, last I checked, Raccoon City didn't get nuked. Yeah, Raccoon City didn't get nuked. It was a
No,
like a
it never
thermal
got nuked,
bomb.
but yeah, it was a thermal bomb, and the U.S. government so there's this thing that's been like going around though. It's like you showed your viewers the shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna explain this again. The U.S. government, uh, they said that the city was bombed, or not bombed, but it was like a nuclear bomb, and like no one could go around there. However, after the city was bombed, we saw it in the ending cutscene of Resident Evil Outbreak. There were Umbrella scientists or researchers that were in this crater lab. It was like near or inside the crater of Raccoon City, It was there, it was live and fresh, and there were researchers there. They were talking about like if there were any living things that were in Raccoon City, and they said that like not humans or whatever the case may be, right? So then the thing about that is you're probably saying, well, is that building like closed down because Umbrella ended? Not necessarily, because the US government owned that crater lab. So that basically means that there's still full like jurisdiction for those researchers to go back into there, even with Umbrella's labs like closing and the entire organization is done. And now, on the shirt, it said the US government was planning to open up Raccoon City again, but they pushed it all the way back to 2040. And again, they're still saying that the place got hit by a nuclear bomb. Never did. Shadiness towards like how the US government could play like a very big role into this game. Like there's a lot of shady things that will like go on, and I feel like it's all gonna get revealed at the end of the game.
And I think, because I just finished playing RE8 again yesterday to reaffirm, I do think that hit with, the BSAA sending out bioweapons at the end to recover, to stop Mother Miranda and Chris getting upset, plays a big role in what's going on with RE9. I think this is kind of slowly exposing how the US government is currently like shady about the things that they're doing. They're sending out, and those BSAA bioweapons look like people infected with Elpis. I think the USA made Elpis.
This is that you remember in when we were playing as Chris, they were able to rappel down that aircraft and they welded assault rifles.
Yeah.
You see how these ones can weld like knives and chainsaws?
Yeah.
Like just normal zombies. So there could be like a correlation with like the viruses and all that. And another thing that I didn't mention, do you know who kind of like gave the green light to bomb Raccoon City?
Who?
It was Simmons. That's why I think he, I guess posthumously, I guess that might be the right word, could play a role once we get into Raccoon City, because we know that it was him, but there could have been another big reason as to why it realistically happened. Which I think, if Simmons is mentioned quite a bit once we get to Raccoon City, that's where I do think Ada will come in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of ties to Resident Evil 6 as well, aside from just Leon coming back. I think Simmons will be mentioned a lot because he greenlit the bomb, and then Ada could have something to do with this game as well, because whoever she's working with probably wants to know what Elpis is.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll probably want to help Leon when she finds out he's infected. I also think Elpis is like a Ouroboros situation where
it's like a different kind of thing that's like transcends a virus.
Yeah, and it changes you from person to person. Like, I think those big mutations are when the Elpis virus fully rejects you, and now you're just a mutant monster, and you're not very cognitive, you're not very smart. Versus where we see maybe with the BSA agents, that Elpis virus, they're like the perfect subjects, and it blends with them, and that's why they're able to still use weaponry. And I think with some of the enemies that we're seeing now are like the middle. Like, they're not rejected, but they're not fully capable.
Mm.
I think that's what we might be seeing right now.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, though, if they do end up dropping a demo, what do you think it's going to be about? Do you think it's going to be the section where... Wait, you know what? I kind of feel like there's a sense of where they won't drop it because they've just revealed almost everything in like the first hour of gameplay.
Yeah.
But then again, in 4 Remake, they did do like the main village like opening, which to no surprise, we all expected that. But I'm thinking like, I don't think no one wants to be... Well, no, it's like, that's kind of a stupid take by me, because no matter what happens, we all want to get our hands on this game, whether if it's like a demo before the game comes out or the game comes out in general. But I was thinking maybe the demo could be about Grace escaping from that hag, or it could be a Leon demo, or in my opinion personally, what I think it should be about is when Grace and Alyssa escape the hotel and establish like the prologue and Grace's backstory, and then that leads us into her going back to the hotel. Because we saw that at Gamescom where there was like some slight gameplay and then we're running around with Alyssa. I think I would prefer a full like demo explaining the stuff that happened before and a little bit afterwards, and then we can get into the stuff where she's at the hotel and then boom, we're at the care center. I would prefer that. That's my personal like demo that I would want, is with Grace and Alyssa.
I would actually, that would be cool. I would love something like that. But I also think they're I think they're going to try to include both. I think they're going to do a Grace and Alyssa, and then they'll have just a random section with Leon. Not too much action to feel too much, but like enough to be like, hey, here's the Leon gameplay, but also here's Grace. Here's both of them, so you guys can see how they both play, so you get used to it.
Yeah, there's definitely that, because we didn't realistically see much gameplay from the Grace and Alyssa perspective.
Yeah.
We didn't really see anything. It was mostly just cutscenes, to be honest with you. There was like 30 to 40 seconds maybe of just running around with Grace, but that was really it. And then I'm thinking, like, if they don't drop a demo, then there's definitely something big in this game that they don't want spoiled. Because think about it. Every RE Engine game has gotten a demo. I think every RE game in general since RE5 and maybe 4 have gotten demos. So what would make Capcom say no to a demo to this game?
Yeah, I do think it's going to get a demo. I wonder if that main guy who kills Alyssa is going to be like a major player in this game, because I like how this Elpis virus shows. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's fully confirmed though, but they're saying that's Victor. Like young Victor?
Yeah, that killed Alyssa. Because if you go back to the Leon reveal trailer, he's in that dark hoodie.
Shit. Oh shit. So
it could be him, but it could be like, you know, like an assistant for him, like a Salazar to Sadler or something like that. Or like a Krauser.
Because I was gonna say that whoever's infected with that is cognitive enough to, 1, eliminate the hotel's like light power, 2, track down Alyssa in the darkness, and then 3, like fully like not like, you know how the monsters are, like they'll scream and it'll just like no, he fully snuck up. You see it in the game. He's fully snuck up on her and slit her throat. So I think that goes back to my theory. I'm like, certain individuals with the Elpis virus are still capable. They're just superhuman. So I think if the virus fully accepts you, you become like that. Like you become that. Like, or if it rejects you, you become a monster.
Yeah, It could be more of like an advanced strain, kind of like where
like the Plaga,
Birkin
like
had
the
like
dominant
his powers and shit.
Yeah, like the dominant Plaga or Birkin. All right, true. True that. Yeah. And this is just like the normal strain that gives you the normal. Yeah, true. This is all interesting, chat. I'm not gonna lie, chat. This is literally why I started the stream. This has just been. I had no games to play today. It's a Monday.
Yeah, I got Monday. Whenever this stream is like done or whenever we're like off the call, I gotta get into the because I want to make a video that where it could range around like 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's just everything we know about the game from like interviews and details and everything. It's like I want to get that done, and then that big ass Raccoon City video that I've been teasing for like the past few months, and I can't like Crack's thumbnail go to waste.
Yeah, I just wanted to get this. I just wanted to talk to the audience, meet some of the guys. Guys, I might not be streaming tomorrow. I feel like I just need a day. Take off. I'm streaming every day. I might not stream. I might stream tomorrow night. Just play some. Hey, maybe we might play some fucking RE-verse. RE-verse is shut down, but like we'll figure it out. I might play some Code Veronica. RE0. Is this Evil Blitz? I just realized it's not Evil Blitz. No.
Are they saying I have a similar voice to Evil Blitz?
Yeah, it's Center for Evil.
Our names are kind of like a little bit similar, but yeah,
Yeah.
Blitz is very it's very rare for him to make a live appearance on something.
Yeah. But we know Blitz. Blitz is the homie.
Yeah. Shout out to Blitz though, he's about to hit 100k subs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Blitz. I gotta congratulate him. But yeah, chat. I made the stream just to talk about the gameplay, break some stuff down. Honestly, I might just take it easy for today, unless you guys wanna. His voice sounds dead similar. Really? I don't hear it.
I did not know that.
I'll be honest.
Maybe it's like very like similar in terms of like if I'm monotone as fuck. That's where me and Blitz kind of sound similar, but yeah, I think I don't know. I get it maybe, but I never heard that before, to be honest with you.
But who is it? Because I'm gonna drop his up. Yeah, Senator for Evil. I'll put his thing in the chat. Hold on. Hold on.
There's actually so much shit that like I want to break down. Oh, you ain't subbed on the live channel neither?
Oh no, I got you.
I appreciate that.
Bro, my VOD channel is
But
broken.
yeah, it's just like
I don't like look.
yeah.
I'll click on a random video sometimes, it just does this. I have to refresh it to watch it. So I don't be using it. I don't know
That's
what's
so weird.
wrong with it. Every video I click on is like,
Yeah,
sorry, I can't play.
And then you just gotta refresh it, then it's all good. That's so weird.
Yeah. So I don't use that motherfucker. But yeah, subscribe to Center for Evil chat. I'll probably be back tomorrow or Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Play some games. I want to play some Code Veronica, so we might be doing that. Tell him I subbed. He subbed. But yeah, guys,
Appreciate
I'll be back
that. Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Play some Code. I gotta get some Code Veronica. I don't know if they have it on Steam or do I need the emulator? Do I need to emulate it?
That's
But
a
I will
good
be
ass
doing
question.
that. I will be doing that. Ugh. All right, chat. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's short stream. You guys missed the stream yesterday. We played Village with a whole bunch of mods. See y'all both. See y'all, chat. I will talk to y'all. Take a day off. It's been 25 days of consistent streams. I know. I need a day. I'll take it off soon. Bye, guys. Bye, y'all. Bye.